You can hear me? Can you hear me okay? I always have to change my setup from when I go live by myself and from when I go live with Dawn. And so I wanted to make sure that you can hear me before I get started. And also, I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, because I was rushing. I was trying to get a project done before I went live and clean up my mess. Because, yeah. So today we're going to be working with this Carnival wet strength tissue, Carnival papers. And I found it on Amazon, I found it on Joggles, and they are both linked down below. It's cheaper on Joggles and they're quicker. Well, they're pretty quick on shipping, so there's that. Awesome. Thank you, Chow. So we're going to start with some toner foiling, and then we're going to move on to some hot foiling because it does both. Well, hi, Nightbot. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Chow. Now, these images are from Colorado Craft Company, from their digital collection. And what I did was I printed them out on the tissue, and I have a little short video to show you me doing that, just so you can see how it's done. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear me or not when I play it, so bear with me if you don't hear anything. Hi, Irma. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and here we go. Play already. Well, how do I make it play? There we go. So I'm making sure that I'm using the shiny side of this tissue paper, and the paper comes in a huge thing and you have to cut it down. So I've got this 65-pound paper that I'm going to sacrifice and make sure that the shiny side is up, because tissue does have kind of a shiny side. And then I'll just take and lay it on the paper and fiddle with my tape. And once it's laid on the paper, I'll just tape it down on the edges. So again, I don't know if you can hear me while I'm narrating this, so if you can't, then it's in silent mode. And more messing with my old tape. And I'll just pull that tape out, and I'm just going to tape this down. Just making sure that it's nice and smooth. And I don't need it taped securely on both ends, just one end. And then I'll flip it over and cut off any excess so that my printer will take it. Alright, so I'm going to take it out to my Canon printer, and I'm just going to lay it. I'm going to use this little extra tray thing here for individual sheets, and I'm just going to lay it in the tray. Stuff it in. Now here I am in Photoshop, and I'm just going to print this, and I'm going to make sure the printer manages colors, and then I'm going to choose my laser printer, and I'm going to click print, and then back out to my printer. It's going to suck it in, and it's going to print it out. Okay, so hopefully you guys heard me during all of that. You may not have, but that was a video that I took earlier so that I didn't spend all that time, because, you know, I kind of sped things up. Hi, Jana. Hi, Elizabeth. Let's see. Hi, Randy. Hi, Rhonda. Let's see. Who else am I missing? That looks like everyone so far. Welcome, everybody. So these are tissue printed, and I've got, you know, the beauty of the digitals is that you can make them larger or smaller, and I think I'm going to use the larger one. So let's go ahead and heat up our mini mink. Suck it in and spit it out. That's right. Look, trust me, I just rushed through a project and cleaned up. So there's that. Okay, turn you on. How about on? And I have to switch off this flashy light. There we go. Doesn't seem to make a difference. And I am going to foil these guys. And then I also printed out some little snowflakes on the tissue. So I'm going to just go ahead and get my big scissors, my big kid scissors. And I could probably reuse this paper, so I'm just going to try and carefully cut this off. We'll see if the washi tape wrecks it or not. I'm not worried about it. It's sacrificial paper. Now, why would you want to print on tissue? Why not just print directly on paper and cut it out? Well, that's what I'm going to show you. And keep in mind, you can do this on non-wet strength tissue. It just, you won't be able to paint it and stuff. Hi, Sherry. Your desktop is clean, ready to record after dinner. See, nighttime is never a time for me. I barely get through these 5 o'clocks. Now this little I Miss You Snow Snow Much may not foil because it's so tiny. In which case I might use the bigger one. And I'm just going to kind of just cut these out just easily. Just so they're small to go through my mini mink. And then let's grab some snow. And these are teeny tiny snowflakes too, so I'm not sure how they'll foil just because of the size of them. They're so delicate. And I only need it to be card front size. I made it extra big so that I could make mistakes because we all do that. Yeah, it's linked down below. I have an Amazon link down there, but honestly it's cheaper at Joggles. And their shipping is faster. Well, the shipping's about the same. So, but it's cheaper at Joggles to the degree of not worth the free shipping at Amazon, if that makes sense. So and I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna foil this guy in black. So this is Crafty Critta toner foil. I'm just gonna grab a piece. Grab this guy. And look, guys, this is a hot mess. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt anything. If you like your stuff clean, don't be messy like me. That's all I have to say on the matter. And then I've got a fresh Swiffer here. And I like Swiffers for pulling off the dust. I don't feel like brushing it does much but brush dust around. Whereas the Swiffer actually is staticky and it picks up any dust. And you see it's already picked up a little piece of foil sliver. So with toner foiling, it's always foil side up. And because this is such a thin tissue, I'm going to go ahead and shim this. Let me shim it with, let's start out with a shim of just 100-pound paper. So that way it has a little more chance to get pressure. Oh, you didn't know it was a thing? I didn't either until, you know, I watched Joggles videos. And especially because Jim, the enabler, sends them to me. So he's sure it's something I'd be interested in, and it always is. And why am I doing these in black? Because you would stamp them in black. So, and I'll have a little leftover piece of black from this piece. I'll do the snowflakes in maybe silver or blue. Hi, Pam. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff. I know, he is fabulous. Okay, so we'll pull this. know, it's hard to see the foil on here, but this is definitely foiled. Okay, and it's not super foiled, so I think a stronger shim is in order. So I'm going to use a 110 pound, or 120 pound, I think it is, accent opaque. Let's see here, use the space that I didn't use before, which was right about here, and put this heavier shim in. I know Pink and Maine or somebody makes some shims. Hi Teresa. Did I say hi to you, Sherry, already? If not, hi. So the other thing is if you print these things out on a laser printer, you don't have to foil them before you color them. I'm just doing it. Because the laser printer, the ink isn't actually ink, it's basically melted plastic. And just to get this double, I'm going to flip it over and run it through again. Again, because the tissue is so thin and the print is so fine on there. We'll go ahead and run this through again, and let's grab some foil for the snowflakes. And I like to do this blue for snowflakes. I can hear my light ticking because it's cooling off. It's been on for, you know, however long, all day. Now, one thing I'm going to want to make sure that I do is trim this paper down to below where the foil is. Otherwise, I'm going to get, this is what's going to stick to my toner sheet. So I'm just going to take my scissors and trim it down. Any of that black toner ink sticking out, you don't want sticking out. Alright, let's pull this. I don't think this foiled at all. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it did. Okay, so adding the extra shim was the ticket. So this is now foiled also in black. Can you see the shine there? Yeah. So let's get our snowflakes. Again, I'm going to dust this off really well. And also, I may have printed the snowflakes on the unshiny side. Sometimes it's hard to tell, and I was in a hurry. I've been in a hurry all stinking day long. I don't know why. Just make sure all that black is covered with either my shim or my foil. And we'll send that through. Well, hi, Jean. Oh, it could have been ticking from a stink bug. And two, because I have, on that particular light, I have tissue paper to kind of diffuse the light. And so you can hear things when they land on tissue paper. Ooh, I can smell. This is a lavender scented Swiffer. I didn't mean to buy scented ones. I just did. So there's that. Yeah, absolutely. Swiffer works because it pull, you know, it's kind of helps with static as well. It helps with that. And I flip this over. I'm doing it the other way because of the thickness of that shim. I want to make sure that it gets equal heat on both sides. The only thing is always the waiting part. Now let's get the other bigger bear, because I want to do, you know what, I think I won't foil the cinnamon. I think I'll leave it just black. And this is just the beginning, okay? This is the prep work. I think I'm done with that. And I think what I'll do here is grab my, make sure I don't get my foils mixed up. Grab my glimmer and get it going, because it takes a little while to heat up. Because I want to show you that you can foil with either toner or glimmer. Did I grab it already? No, I did not. I can turn my light back on. Let's get this heating up. You guys hear it crackling? Okay. Let's see if this foiled or not. It might not, because again, the design is so delicate. Yeah, it kind of did, pretty much. You can still see a lot of the black through there. And if you look at the foil, so you want a little bit bolder designs to be able to get them to foil fully. Not a big deal at all. So I'm going to grab a couple of these that I have cut down already out of the large size, because they come in huge size. Just grab 2 of them. And again, there's a shiny side and a kind of a rough side. We want to make sure that our shiny side is up. I can cut these in half. And I'm going to lay them down so that they start out as shiny side up. And let's go ahead and, oops, my foiling friend. I need to put a new one on. I don't know if I have any printed out anywhere. I kind of need one for what I'm doing here. Well, not really. Yeah, GinaK uses them. Jennifer uses them. What I'm looking for here is foil plate that I took out and have buried somewhere. Because I have, oh, here it is. Okay, so I have here these leaves. And these are Spellbinders, I believe, yeah. This has the icky sticky on it. And I always wreck my nails trying to get it off, so I'm probably not going to worry about it, but I don't want anything lumpy. And let's see here. We'll go right about here. Just so that kind of warms up too. Oh no! Well, you know what, Elizabeth? I've seen people use in lieu of the flat foil plate, the back side of a foil, you know, a foiling plate. So I don't know, you know, if that's maybe an option. And let's see, the leaves I think I'll do in a gold. Let me make sure I have out the right foil. I've got some matte gold and I've got some copper. Let's do both. And for this, you don't need to dust. This is Crafty Critta foil, and this is matte gold. And I'll cut a piece of that, and I'll cut a piece of this copper. So we can make us kind of a fall situation too. So we've got our winter one. And pretty soon we're going to watercolor this guy. And we're going to watercolor our little pot and stuff. Well, I don't need that. I know it will. Trust me. I bought new Velcro dots because I couldn't find my Velcro dots. And I needed them for a project that's coming up Saturday, by the way, over on Trinity Stamps. And I knew I bought... At first I thought maybe I didn't buy them. Maybe I dreamt, and I was chatting with my friend Chow and looked on Amazon, and sure enough I bought them back in, what, 2022? So they could have traveled anywhere during that time. Anywhere. Let's grab my platinum here. And my tray of Spellbinders dies is so stinking heavy, it's hard to carry over here. Hi, Cordelia. And then I have some that I've already foiled, so we'll work with those as well. I showed them, I think, on my Instagram. Come on. So slow to heat up. It's not really. It's just when you're waiting, everything's slow. Hi, Jay. Doing well, thank you, I think. I'll tell you later. Sometimes when you do these things live, they fail on you. I know you guys all know my pain for that. Get this ready. Shouldn't be long. And I will also use a shim for this. And I just use the, shoot, I'm all out of the hammer mill. Oh, I use the Bristol. It's okay. Hey, Linda. Yeah, so watch pot, exactly. Although I have sat there and watched waiting. There we go. So I'm going to set the timer right now, because this is kind of a good way to do it, to keep everything from slippy sliding around. Yeah, it will eventually boil. It just seems like never. And then this timer is 60 seconds, and it seems like forever too. Oh my gosh, Cordelia, I feel you, man. I have one on my face too. I'm like, what the heck? It's not fair to have facial hair, pimples, and wrinkles. Not fair. Not cool. Not fair. And I'm going to feel again. And this is the shiny side. So what did I do? I laid these all upside down. And you can't really see that it's shiny. You can just feel it. So I can feel this is rougher and this is not as rough. So I'm going to pull this out. This time on the foil, on your foiling plate, it goes shiny side down. Paper. I'm going to move these all over to here. Throw on my plate. Did I put my shim on there? No, I did not. See, now I've got everything moving around. Let's put the shim. There we go. Oh, I didn't expect my cord to be in the way. One moment. I've got my phone cord in the way because I like to have it on the charger when I'm working here so it doesn't go dead on me. Your sideburns are coming in nicely. Yeah, well, I have a straggly beard and mustache, so. There's that. And a big old one of those under the skin painful ones going on my face. I'm gonna lift this. I missed a little bit at the bottom, but then again, I didn't have my shim at the bottom either. I wasn't paying attention. So let's do one in the copper color. Just set that over there for a minute. Sometimes you have to unplug this and replug it. Come on. Tick tock, tick tock. Hi, Amber and friend. Let's kind of go a little catty corner on this guy. There we go. Set my timer. About an inch. Young people, if you're watching, your time is coming, friends. That's all I have to say on the matter. Okay, this is the shiny side. But you can see that that foiled pretty nicely. We're going to have some fun with that. Just kind of reading the combo here, if I'm quiet. I know, it does feel like that. Okay. I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to lay everything down while it's on my platform. Shiny side down. Shiny side down. Doesn't matter what side down. Hi Cindy, the wet tissue paper is Carnival and it is linked down below in the description box. It's from Joggles. Pick up my shim. Okay, drop things on the floor. Here's the copper, and the top and bottom because it wasn't shim because this is a little bit long. Now this didn't foil well at all, not at all. I don't know if it's the foil. This might be toner foil. I might have mixed them up. I think it is. Okay, no worries. Oh, of course it's toner foil. I picked it off the wrong shelf. One moment. Let's try this foil. And actually, I don't need such a wide piece. This is brown pebbles, I think is what it's called. Let's get a fresh shim piece, and I think I'm going to use a little bit heavier of a shim this time. So wet strength tissue paper, and I'm going to show you, but basically when you get it wet, it doesn't rip. So you'll see here in a moment. I'm going to foil this and one more thing, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Amber. Yeah, I'm lucky I'm blonde too, but they're pokey, you know, compared to my other bodily hair, they're quite pokey. That's the shiny side. Let's get our new shim on here. Oh, you just bought some from Amazon? Yeah, it's cheaper at Joggles. The Amazon you get 10 sheets, that Joggles you get 20, and it's basically the same price. That's what I found when I was hunting today. So, but the shipping's not free at Joggles, so there's always that. Okay, that worked, I can tell. What in the heck? Why are you not foiling? You know what? I think this is toner foil too. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my foils mixed up, friends. All right. Duh. All right. I'm getting out my hot foils. Ones that I know are hot oil. Let's do... I think I'll do this shade because I got one gold and this is a different kind of gold. This is called Golden Lava. If this one doesn't work, then I'm a monkey's uncle. Because I've had it working the whole time. Okay. Oh yes, I love, love, love this foil. It's probably one of my very favorites, but I think it's toner foil. I'm sure I got it mixed up in one of my demos. Which I have most of my hot foil wrapped like you saw it. Okay. Shiny side down. Put our shim on here. Yeah, I'm not afraid to put my fingers on here. I'm using the dull side, the softer side. Yeah, that's the problem. It's toner foil. Dang it, Bobby. There's a gnat just tried to fly right in my mouth. Get out of here. Stinking gnat. There we go. So you don't want to use toner foil in your hot foiling. So there's another leaves. Let's get that off of there, and I want to do one more thing. Let me grab my magnet. I'm going to have to grab another piece of tissue because I wasted all of... Well, actually, they'll work fine. They'll be fine. I'm going to grab... Where did I put? Oh, Lord, friends. It was right here. Seriously? It's the same thing I got those leaves off of. I'm live, Mike! No, I can't find it. Oh, right here. I just want this frame piece. I'm live. You know I'm live at 5 o'clock on Thursdays. Slam the door, you little brat. Let's grab another gold. Actually, let's grab a brown sort of copper. Oops, not two pieces, just one. This is called bronze. Set the timer. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Delina. Kaylin just woke up. Oh, she's ready to play. Now, if I were foiling, say, a regular piece of paper, this is where my foiling friend would come in, but because I'm foiling something that I'll be trimming, doesn't matter. It's not important. Now this foil has a different sort of finish on the back, so it foils a little bit differently. Go away, gnat. Good husbands, gnats, stink bugs. That's it. Calgon, take me away. Oh, arguing with a 3-year-old. You'll lose, Chow. You'll lose. Okay, I'm going to set this on here. I'm going to lay my foil down. I'm going to lay my tissue down, shiny side down. Lay my shim down. Feels like the whole thing's covered. You can't win an argument with a 3-year-old. It's going to end up in a tantrum. I can't say whether it'll be yours or hers. All right. Let's get all this stuff out of the way, friends. Because we're moving on. Moving on. There was this piece. And what did I do with the piece I just foiled? Did I leave it in there? Yeah, I did. Duh. Yeah, it didn't foil well at all. I know this is hot foil, but it's kind of a grungier foil. It would still work, but it didn't foil as nice as this. And if you get over foiling on this, all you need to do is rub it with your finger and it comes right off. So, let's talk about this now. I'm going to move these guys out of the way. These are going to come second. I'm going to move them out of the way so I don't make a hot mess on them. And I'm going to grab my splat box. And this is why this is wet strength tissue. I think I won't lay them one on top of the other. I think I'll just trim this out. Oh, let's pick some colors here. I want some fall colors. So let's go with brushed corduroy. Let's go with rusty hinge. Let's go with bundled sage. Let's go with some fossilized amber. Let's just start with those 4. Okay, and then I can take my heat tool to it. So, I can pick this right up, and it's not going to fall apart. Like, that's why wet strength tissue. I'm just going to dry it partly on here so it doesn't drippy drip everywhere. And it dries pretty quickly. Because it's still really, really thin. I'm just going to kind of lay it against my box here. I don't want to dry it on this thing because it'll warp. And the foil will resist. So if there's any excess on here, I'll just grab a paper towel and kind of dab it up. Yes, it does work well for gel printing, and I've done gel printing on it, so and I'm gonna show you those. I think I did gel printing over foil. I know I did just plain gel printing. So see, it doesn't tear. But I do want it fairly dry before I move on to the next step. You can also heat emboss on it, of course. Okay, so we've got that far. Let's grab, I'm going to grab already a background that I've already made so that we don't spend a bunch of time making backgrounds. Although I know you guys love that. And I'm going to take and cut out my leaves, just roughly cut them. The only thing is this stuff, this stuff will tear when it's wet, but it doesn't tear like normal tissue, like if you paint around it with water, how it tears. And this is a background that I'm not particularly fond of. It's okay, you know, but it's not amazing. So this stuff's easy to fussy cut, and I'm only just roughly cutting it out. All right. Now I need to find my, okay, hang on. Let's see where I put it. It's over here. Nope, that's not it. Okay, T, what'd you do with it? Oh, Lord. Waste your guys' time losing things. Oh, where is it? I'm looking for my gloss medium. And I used it the other day. And now it's grown legs. Let's see if I actually put it back where it goes. I might have. It happens sometimes. That's matte. That's matte. No, I didn't. Okay. I've lost my gloss medium somewhere. Oh, there it is. I see it hiding. I see it. So I've got my gloss medium here. And I'm going to grab something that I don't mind getting dirty. Come get lots of food. I would, but I'm live, Mike, but thank you. I will when I'm done. And I'm going to grab a brush. Kind of a softish brush, but not one of my watercolor brushes. I think I'll use this one. It is a watercolor brush, but let's get some water ready. Oh, I wouldn't have thought of that, Pam, at all. I just stick them in the way I stick them in. So because this is wet strength, I'm going to flip it over here. I'm going to make sure I shake this up, and this is just Liquitex Gloss Medium. I'm going to take the cap off and just dip my brush in. And I'm going to spread this on this piece of tissue. Now keep in mind, if you used a medium that, see if it folds there, you can unfold it without it tearing. That is water, you know, water soluble, water activated, then you will move your color around a little bit. Then I'm going to grab my tweezers, turn this over, and I'm going to lay it down just on the paper. Then I'm going to take my gloss medium again and just paint it right over top. And the reason you can use matte if you want, but then you won't have the foil look. And because I colored the whole thing, it's not really necessarily disappearing into my project like it would if, let's just grab one of these little snowflakes here. Flip that over. And I probably should clean my brush first, but that's okay. We'll just throw a snowflake on here. See, that's going to almost completely disappear with the more medium you put on there. So let's get the other snowflake. Other leaves, where'd they go? Because we're going to collage them right over top of this. Video's not going? What do you mean? Anybody else having issues? Let me know. Okay, no problems there. Okay, thank you. I'm not sure, Mike, what's going on, babe. I think we'll go across. So I'm going to go ahead and just dip paint. Let me clean that brush for a second. I don't want it quite over. Maybe right about there. This is why the wet strength. So then, see if I can find the other piece I foiled that really didn't come out that wonderful. I could lay this right over top. I'll just lay this right in the wet, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I pick up excess color. You can straighten it out, whereas with non-wet strength, if your tissue wrinkles, so you're done. You have wrinkled tissue. Although in this case, I might want it wrinkled. Pick it right up. Grab my piece here. And I didn't say this wasn't messy. It actually dries pretty quickly if you do a nice thin coat, But you really don't want a nice thin coat. You want it kind of thick so that it makes that tissue kind of disappear. Let's wipe that off here. And then I'll just kind of wipe off the excess off of my brush. And we just made kind of a grungy border for that. And just kind of want to keep working it. Hi, Michelle. Oh, I'm so sticky. I'm going to just go ahead and pick this up, and I'm going to set it aside to kind of dry a little bit on its own before I take any heat to it. I'll just set it, well, I want to put my brush in water. Let me see, where do I want to set this? Gotta find a home for it. I'm looking for a home. Okay, right there is good. Yeah, because, well, for one, because we're using a gloss medium, but secondly, because the tissue kind of disappears. It's still there. I mean, it's not gone forever, and it's not 100%. It's not completely invisible, but it's invisible enough. And I just want to wipe this off because we're going to watercolor our other pieces. Let me use a little bit of alcohol. Okay, so here's our little bear. And it's okay if that's a little bit wet. And what I'm going to watercolor with is my Derwents. And the reason for that is because once they dry, they're stuck forever. So that's what I want. So let me just grab my, I think I want to go Storm Dust. That shouldn't be too hard to find. Here we go. And I'm just going to create my shadows here, because this will be a polar bear, right? And I'm just rough coloring in where the shadowing would be. A little bit in the ear. And it doesn't have to be perfect. My pencils are pretty sharp. And this tissue colors really, really nicely. Okay, and we know he's going to be a little dark down here. Okay. So I'll start there. I'm just going to grab a small brush. And I don't use water brushes, friends. I use water on brushes. Let me get a paper towel to dab on. I'm just going to spread this out. And you see how it's getting all of this wet, and that's okay. My main thing is to spread out this color some. If you go lighter on the water, obviously you're going to get less spread. So it's going to look very dark until it's actually dry. Making sure I get that blended out and making sure everything's nice and wet so that when it dries, it doesn't move on me. Let's give his scarf some color. I'm just going to grab, what am I grabbing? Mineral blue, why not? kind of a pretty blue. Keep it dark around the edges. Darker right in here. Oh, hey, Tanisha. Are you in Ontario having fun? I think that's Tanisha. It might be Carrie. I don't know. So I'm spreading around the color the same way I would any watercolor. It's a little more difficult because as the tissue gets wet, it goes dark, so it's hard to see. But I'm going to just have faith, trust the process, know how my pencils work. And just spread that around. So now I can pick them up. And I can go ahead and take some heat to them to get them dry. And I'm just going to use this little heat tool. Because I didn't use a ton of water, it's drying fairly quick. So he's watercolored. He's not perfect, but I'm okay with it because he's watercolored. Let's find the little tree. And that can stay black. I think I want to do this red. Let's just find my... Now that this is dry, that pencil, that watercolor pencil isn't going anywhere when I put, you know, when I do the things. You guys, where did my swatches go? Here they are. I think I'm going to do chili red. What do you know? It's the first one I grab. Oh, I hope you go, Chow. I want you to go. I want you to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start in dark here. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, cancer does suck. And I do want this to kind of be rounded, so I'm coming around the edges here. So I'm going to do the star, and I'm going to do the star in a yellow. I think I'll do Golden Sun. Oh, I've been getting lucky and getting the right color every time. That's Sun Yellow. Totally different than Golden Sun. Let me see if I prefer that. No, I want Golden Sun. Mr. Sun, Sun. You guys know that song, right? Hey, where is Golden Sun? This must be it. Yep. So if you're coming in late, we're working with wet strength tissue. And I'm watercoloring it because it's wet strength, so you can get it wet. I'm going to start at the very edge. It's okay if I go outside the line, I don't mind. And just pull the color in. best I can, considering I'm working on tissue. And so, like I said before, when you get it wet, it's hard to tell if the color's doing what it's supposed to do until you actually dry it. Which is why spraying works so well with it, because spraying is so random and we're doing actually kind of precise here. Is this chili? That's cherry. What the heck did I do with the chili red? Here it is. Let's get in here. And I had hot foiled this beforehand. So it's hot foiled with black foil. Okay. Let's give that a dry and see how it worked out. And it just takes seconds to dry because I didn't get it super, super wet. Okay. So we have our bear and we have our little tree. Now we need a background. And I think I might ink blend a background for you here today. Let's just clean off my brush, dry it, and let's just get this brush going on the dry side so that I can use it again. I don't want to use the snowflakes that I made because there's black showing through. I could have hot foiled some snowflakes with my Trinity Stamps one, but I'm getting short on time, so we're not going there. Let's see here. Oh, I wanted to show you. Let's find them here. Some of the other things that I hot foiled. And I'm going to either watercolor or, I don't know, do something with them. So, I've got these little mushrooms. This is from a Spellbinders Better Press plate. So they foil beautifully. This is a Pink Fresh Studios butterflies, and I ordered the dies for those. I have hundreds of these that I fussy cut. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. Whoops, that's wet over there. I want to be careful. And then I did them in black, so black foiled. And then this is just a piece, and I saved these because I save them for, you know, my junk journals and stuff. This is a, I think this is a Pink Fresh Studio or a Picket fan. I don't know, one of those guys. And then I did the mushrooms in a black. So this is all on wet strength tissue. I did this one in a black. I did that same one. Oh, maybe I'll make that my background. This is in the Crafty Critta clear foil. It's kind of an iridescent, and then I did those same butterflies in kind of a gold copper color. Then this one, which I absolutely love this guy. I've done tons of this, and this is a Better Press plate too, as is this is. So fun stuff, and I think I'm going to use this piece as a background, and you'll see what happens with it, if anything. So let's do some ink blending. Let's get these out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. And grab one of my Daily Bobs here. Do I want this one? Yeah, this one will be fine. And you know what? I'm going to now, you guys bear with me here. Let's see if I can do a magic trick and get this thing off of here, because I want to be able to use heat. And I definitely don't want this to warp anymore. I've already warped it pretty well. Or pretty bad, or yeah, whatever words you want. I've warped it. There we go. Well, Chow, if you take the kids to the show with you, you at least don't have to worry about anybody else, you know, not being able to handle it. Let's get some Bristol Smooth here. Let's think about the background. I think I want to do gray. Believe it or not. Let's grab some Lost Shadow if I can find it. Oh, there's Antique Linen. There's maybe a little, no Salvage Patina. I'm constantly using that. Withered Wood, Ice Spruce. Where is my Lost Shadow? Picket Fence. Speckled Egg. Ooh, Speckled Egg might be nice. We'll think about that. Okay, this is crazy. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's grab my. This is for black, so I'm going to clean it off best I can, just to kind of make sure that I'm not getting black on my project. I don't want black, I want gray. So I'll just keep rubbing it on this paper towel until I don't, let's grab a new one, until I don't see any color anymore. Lost Shadow is barely even there. You can barely even see it. Okay, that looks good. And I still had some black on there and got something on my paper. No problem. This is supposed to be blustery, so we don't mind. And let's go ahead and throw some of this Speckled Egg, and I'm going to go ahead and use this same brush. I may hate this, so we'll find out. Sometimes you do that. You make something, you decide, no, I do not like that. So, that's stupid. There's a piece of foil on my light, and I keep, every time I move the foil. Let's see here if I hate it or not. See, you can barely see it through the tissue. I think I want to do just a little bit more of the Speckled Egg. It's kind of a blue-gray. It's kind of, you know, how the sky looks when it's snowing. It's not exactly blue. It's kind of gray. It's kind of white. It's kind of cold looking. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's get my messy paper. Where are you? Here it is. Where'd that brush go? Now this will move around if I brush the medium on here. So I'm going to brush the medium on the back of this. Make sure I have all the edges covered. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to lay this down. I'll be trimming it down, so I'm not too worried. Then I'm going to brush the medium over the top. And because it's wet medium, I can straighten out any wrinkles if I want to. I rarely ever want to. But you can see I'm running my brush along here pretty vigorously, and it is not tearing. Okay, let's get that in some water and get this dry. And it doesn't have to be too dry because I still am going to lay stuff on here. Just want to get it a little bit dry, because I want to kind of dry everything together. Okay, so now we've got Bear, and I'm going to just kind of tear this excess off of Bear. I'm not going to go too crazy. Grab my brush. And grab my medium. And I'll lay Bear right here. And brush him in. And see that watercolor isn't moving at all because I used my Derwent pencils. And let's grab our little tree. And I'm going to just kind of cut around this. You don't necessarily have to, but when you start overlapping them too much, they'll start to get, you know, noticeable. Now, again, you could just do all this with stamping, but this is just kind of a demo on one way that you can use this wet dry paper. I mean, this wet strength paper. I had to get my words right. Words are hard. Do you guys see my tweezers? That never-ending saga. See, I can lay tree just a little bit over him. No problemo. Now my yellow is smearing a little because I didn't get it wet, because I didn't want it to smear into the you know, thing. Words are hard. Into the red. Let's see if I can find that sentiment. Oh, I've got another one here somewhere. Time is it? Okay, yep, I've gone over. Get our little forlorn bear. Put some medium on here. I want to go right there. So everything just basically disappeared right into the medium. Now what I can do is I can create a surface while this is still wet. But I don't want to use my Derwents at this point. I think I want to use let's use my Zig markers. Let's try this. Might not be dark enough. Okay, I need to try something darker. What's this? Shadow mauve? No. Now see, I'm laying it into this medium, so I need to just kind of be careful. I can move it around afterwards. Just grab my brush, kind of move it, spread it around. Just so that there's just kind of a, you know, a hint of a surface that they're sitting on. Okay, so let's get this dry and trim it down and make it into a card, because that's the goal here, right? And then we have our other background piece that I'll help dry, the one we did crazy. I'm just going to pull it off of this. I'm just going to fold this in half for now and take the heat tool to it. I have a little bit of a wrinkle in here, and I'm okay with that, but you can get them out if you want to. And as it's drying, you can see the foil underneath. So again, you don't have to foil these. If you print them out with a toner printer, then they won't smear either. I'm going to have to do some serious foil sorting though, as evidenced by what you saw in the beginning. And this is very sticky right now. So you want to make sure it's 100% dry before you try cutting it on your trimmer. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, I love the bear. Look, I'm a bear person. Some people are owl people, frog people, deer people, rabbit people, cat people. I'm just an animal person, but I am definitely partial to mammals. So that's a printable from Colorado Craft Company. It is listed in the description box down below. I don't know if they have a physical stamp like this. Okay, that's getting hot, so I'm just going to set it over here just for a second, let it cool down, and get to work. You know what? I think I'll use my big gun. Thanks, everyone. This one is almost dry. Get it from the back side. Ideally, you let these air dry and you don't mess with them, but who has time for that? I don't. I mean, I do, you know, when I'm not live. So you still keep the shine from the foil with the glossy medium. That sit for a second and cool off, and then I'll just take one more of these just to kind of demo. You guys see what I did with the package with all of them in it that I made? Oh Lord have mercy on my soul. I am stupid. No, I'm not stupid. I'm just a space cadet. I lost them. Well, I was going to until I can't find them. Seems like this is the wrapper to them. Where did I put them? Didn't know. I know. Huh. Are you guys in here hiding? I showed you all those mushrooms and stuff. Here they are. Nope. Okay, never mind. I was going to do one with one of those, but I can't find them. Oh, that's nuts, man. That's just nuts. Make sure they're not hiding under here on my phone or anything. I'm gonna have to find them because they need to get put away. Whatever. I know. Yeah, so a lot of companies have printables now. You have to check them out. Let's see. I know that Whimsy Stamps does. I know that Colorado Craft Company does. I know that Hero Arts does. Oh, here they are. I found them. So let's take, like, for instance, this one right here. We'll just do this one real quick. I'll dry it at a later date. I'll let it dry by itself overnight. And remember the other day we did these. I don't know if I want to do it on this. I think I want to do it on something more bold. Look, I just grabbed a handful of the thousands that are here in my pile. Oh. Let's grab another handful and see if there's anything that makes me happy. Kind of like this one. And see, I was testing something there. You can't really see that paper, right, until you get this stuff wet. This is an alcohol ink print that I did. Well, it's not a print, it's an actual alcohol ink. That might look pretty under there, huh? I don't know how this will react with the... Let's find out. Oh my. You guys know I'm always willing to experiment for you. Let's just move these over here. Okay, so this is Yupo. So it's really thin. It's probably not even Yupo. It's probably fake Yupo. Okay, let's get our... Just want to make sure that's kind of dry. Let's get my brush. Where did my paper towel go? Let me get a fresh one. Just wipe down my brush here. And since this is foil, I have some matte, and I also have some varnish that I haven't played with yet, and I will. eventually when I get time. I've just been busy, you know. I'm not going to go too heavy on this side of it. I definitely don't want to dry this with heat because the Yupo will melt. We don't want that. See, I have time to straighten this out before it wrinkles. It's not tearing or anything. And then we'll go over top. You can't really see like the beautiful alcohol ink patterns underneath, but it's still pretty. So the link in the description box is an affiliate link for Joggles for me, and an affiliate link for Colorado Craft Company, I think, and Amazon. So if you click those, life is good for me. But you don't have to. Maybe it's not your time right now for purchasing, and I sure get that. So let's pick this up so you can see it up close. Isn't that fun? Yes, experiments are fun. This worked out nicely. We'll see how it dries, you know, because again, it is on plastic. Oh, I love this. This is really gorgeous. Like I said, this is one of my favorite press plates. And I don't even have a better press. I'm not interested, but I love the plates. So this is a little tacky still, but it's probably dry enough to cut. So let me just move this whole shebang out of the way. Somewhere over here that I'll have to get up in the morning and clean up again because I have my Live with Dawn. Let's see here. I'm going to trim this. I'm going to trim it. Hey, where's my bigger one? You guys, I love this set that I got from Trinity. I just need to find the die. Here it is. This is what I do when I was in a rush today, a big rush. Maybe I want to layer this. I'm going to use the smaller one. This is the Emergency Card Essentials number 2. See, I'm going to lose part of him if I use this, though. That might be okay. I might be okay with that. What do you guys think? Oh, bummer about the staff meeting. I hate staff meetings. Alright, so it's still a little bit sticky, but I'm going to send it through my die cutting machine over here. So I'll be right back. Uh-oh, what just flying? Okay. And I'm going to send it through this one. Alright, what is your major malfunction here? Oh, I've got 2 plates on here? What? Uh-oh, what's that? Okay. And then I think I want, let's grab a piece of blue. Yeah, I don't, I'm sorry you're not able to make Friday mornings. I understand though. Now, see, this is what happens when you don't clean. This is what happens when I'm a lazy bones. Let me get a kind of a light blue. And I'm going to cut that with this. Yeah. As a matte layer. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, honestly, they foil better. So this, if you haven't seen, it has this beautiful edge on it. Of course, I got it dirty because that's, you know, the nature of me. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I think this is my art glitter. Yeah. I know, you're right about that. 99% of the time it doesn't apply to your job. Yeah. I like, really? The only thing is that sometimes at staff meetings there's food, and I'm there for that. Donuts, coffee, croissants, pastries. At ours they used to bring, what's that place? It's not Atlanta Bread Company, it's the other one. They have famous mac and cheese. I can't think of the name of them. They have the best cheese Danish in the world, though. So they would bring that and a big old thing of coffee from there. So we kind of did some duller colors on the background of this. And I could still take my pencil if I wanted and add more shading. I'm not gonna. Panera, thank you, yes. Biscuits from Chick-fil-A, donuts and fruit. Yeah, so see, I mean, that's the plus side of staff meetings. They should feed you. I don't think I have a white card base. Oh. Is this a card base? Yeah. Okay. Pizza, yeah. Yeah. So just always, look for the cup half full. It may be boring and you may be sitting there thinking this isn't for me, but if you are putting a donut in your pie hole, you're in good shape. I love Panera. It's way too far from me, so I never go there. But their cheese Danish is just amazing. So this is one that I would probably send to, one of my kids or grandkids. And then we did, I'm not going to do a card out of this one. I'll do later, but it's still pretty wet, so I don't want to mess with it too much. But what I can see on here is maybe the Tim Holtz big beat up leaves and a sentiment. And when I do that, I'll post it on my Instagram and maybe on the community tab if I remember. And then, so this was the hot foiling on the wet strength tissue. This was the toner foiling on the wet strength tissue. And this is actually a better press plate, hot foiled. Look at that as it's drying. Oh, that's amazing. beer on Friday afternoons? Now I'm there for that. That sounds fun. Might have some rowdy fun going on. So thanks everyone for coming. I've gone over by about 35 minutes than what I expect as normal. We'll be around tomorrow morning, Dawn and I, for our art journal series. And I'll probably be using some of these things I made. I might not. Who knows? I might do something else with the wet strength tissue. Like, I don't know, stamping, gel printing, die cutting, whatever. If you like this video, don't forget to leave me a, YouTube thingies. Guys. Oh, I'm sorry you missed it, Charlene. I know, see, you're on that West Coast-ish time, so it's all different for you. I think that you guys are awesome for coming to hang out with me, even if it's at the very last second. Yeah, definitely catch the replay. One thing good about replays is that you can put them on high speed and you can scrub through them as needed. Oh. Okay, thanks, Mike. I love you. Bye, everybody.